Hello, it's Clem. Okay, so I have a little tiny drumming tidbit that I thought would help drummers, and I don't know, maybe we can bring it into a existential conversation somehow. But I have been working today and for several weeks actually on the groove of how many more times, and there is a pattern in how many more times that has bedeviled me for quite some time, and it is the 2-beat kick drum at the end of the phrases in the verses. So if we're going ba da 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 ba bum, those two ba bums, I realized that what I'm doing is bum bum. There's a little space in there, and my foot, it's just like it won't do what I want it to do for a very long time. And I've been sitting here looping it around with the metronome at a slow speed, getting it and trying to get it going, and it's like I get it half of the time, right? But I just discovered something, and I have to give credit to my first drum teacher, the wonderful Fred Klatz, who told me something. He told me many things that stick in my head sometimes when I'm in the woodshedding phase. And one thing he told me was that when you're having a difficulty with the pattern, think about the beat that is leading into the pattern. See it as one pattern. See it as something that's leading you in, right? And so as I've been playing the thing, so if I realize that the beat going into those two beats is I'm hitting the hi-hat and the snare together, right? So it's like, okay, so I realized as I'm sitting here looping it around over and over and over and focusing on my kick drum and getting it like half the time, I realized that if I focus on my hi-hat that leads into those two beats and kind of stomping that or just being aware of that every time I hit this correctly, I hit the kick drum correctly, it's as if I'm taking my focus off the thing I'm trying to do and focusing it on that grounding moment leading into it. And somehow then it's effortless. And I'm going to try to do it now, and I'm sure I'll mess it up, of course, because I'm trying to record myself doing it perfectly. But so if it's like thinking, oh, I'm recording this and the kick drum has to be correct. So I have to think about the hi-hat. I can't think about the kick drum. The kick drum naturally goes in time if I take my focus off of it. So anyway, I just thought I would share that. Maybe it would help drummers. I've taken this this advice in so many different things leading into a fill. It's like, oh, what's the note? What's the thing that sets me up into the fill? And suddenly the fill seems to flow better. I think maybe when we take things in their own little compartment out of context, that's when we really have a lot of problem. And for me, the whole time I've been playing that song on stage or whatever, I've been thinking like, okay, hit those two, like make sure your foot is right, make sure your toes are moving correctly, make sure you're lifting your leg enough, and all of that noise is just making me play terribly. So by taking my attention and putting it on that note right going into it, somehow it seems to help. So when I think about that, like in the bigger picture, for all of you people who are not drummers, maybe the lesson is whatever we're focused on, hyper-focused on making happen, maybe we take that focus off and look a little bit about what the things, the circumstance around that thing we want to do, is that grounded? Are we grounded in the thing that is enabling the thing we want to happen? I don't know. I'm going to think about that a little bit more. But anyway, thank you for watching, and happy drumming, or happy whatever you do that brings you passion. Bye.